Let's get started with the session. Sit comfortably, close your eyes. Let us center ourselves, bringing the mind from wherever it has been until now back inwards to become aware of this body, the breath. So start by observing the body. See if you're holding it comfortably. No clenching, tightening. You can internally scan from the feet, going up all the way to the head. Just checking in, relaxing each part. And also become aware if there's any discomfort, tightness, pain in any part of the body. Or if the mind is feeling a little disturbed, stressed, anxious. Become aware of the state of the body and mind right now as it is. However it is, trying to be okay with it for now. The one law of nature is that everything is changing constantly. So nothing remains forever. With that in mind, whatever the state of the body and mind, whether it's in a very nice, happy, pleasant state, or whether there is discomfort, acknowledging, accepting it as it is in this moment. Now observe your breathing. See if your belly and chest are relaxed. The belly is free to move as you breathe. Like a balloon, the belly expanding as you breathe in, relaxing back in as you breathe out. That is the natural state of breathing when the body mind are relaxed. Connecting with the breathing, remaining aware of the whole body and the mental state. Tell yourself you will try to be aware of all the three through the practice today. With the same relaxed pace of breathing, let us chant 3 Omkaras. You can either hold your palms in Chin Mudra, 4-finger thumb touching each other, other 3 fingers stretched out, or you can join your palms in a Namaste. Check your breathing. Try to stay relaxed and chant free and open, allowing the vibrations to spread through the body. So take a nice breath in for the first round. Notice the sudden silence when we stop the chanting. Stay with that for a few seconds. Now start rubbing your palms, bringing some energy, some heat between them, and cupping your eyes. You can slowly blink your eyes, open your eyes, looking into your palms as you move your palms away. So welcome to today's workshop. It's a 90-minute session. Today we will talk about and also practice Vairagya on the mat. So the Yoga Sutras, Sage Patanjali, who has written the Yoga Sutras, starts by saying that Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the practice of reducing the modifications, fluctuations of the mind. Basically, when we still the mental activity, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. So he says the one who is seeing, the one who is experiencing, comes forth and establishes when the mental fluctuations become lesser or stabilize or come to a state of no activity. So we do a lot with our asana practice, the pranayama practice, but we are moving in the direction of reducing that mental activity so we can become aware of who we are. We many times think that we are this body or we are this mental activity, we are the feelings, the emotions that are coming up. But the whole path of yoga is to understand that we are more than this. Yes, the body is part of who we are, the mind is part of who we are, but we are something more than that. Something larger, bigger. We are part of something much bigger. And that we can talk using a lot of words, intellectually discuss it. But that experience is what Patanjali says comes by stilling the mind. And one of the main things he says about your yoga practice, how it should be, and when that stillness or the modifications stop, the sutra he says is abhyasa vairagya abhyam tan nirodha. So this will stop or reduce with regular abhyasa practice, but not just with regular practice. We are doing different practices and we need to do it regularly because each of them are helping us again work towards that reduction in the modifications. But the important part is that happens only when you are practicing with an attitude of Vairagya. It's a quality. Now, what is Vairagya? Vairagya comes from two words, Viraga. Raga is attachment. So any form of attachment, Viraga is non-attachment. In a simple way to put it, Sanskrit terms are not easy to directly translate, but Vairagya can mean non-attachment. And what is this non-attachment? Usually there is always an attachment to the outcome of something, or the mind is always looking for something from outside. And all that comes from the feeling of I, the separate self. Like I, Lalita, want this. I, Lalita, don't like this. I, Lalita, want to feel a certain way. Or I, Lalita, want to get there to enlightenment. So everything is because that I is there. We think we are the separate form. So just that feeling of I brings a lot of attachment or craving for something or aversion towards some things. So the way the mind works is as long as we are thinking that I am this, we always want some things, we don't want some things. So it's always oscillating between the two. So simply put, Vairagya is finding that state of neutrality where you are dispassionate, let's say. You are undisturbed by what is happening. And we, on the yoga mat, in our yoga practice, we are doing it by observing our attitude, our approach to what is happening with the body. Vairagya towards what is happening with the body in the asana practice, towards what is happening with the breath, towards all the thoughts and feelings that come up. as we are, say, observing the body. So with everything, we start practicing that little bit of distancing, the non-attachment. That is what we will explore in today's practice, trying to bring Vairagya in different aspects, whether it is asana, pranayama, or eventually towards the end of the session in meditation, which is what Vipassana, the practice that Buddha has given, is all about. It is about developing that attitude of Vairagya, knowing that the law of nature, the way he says it is, in nature, the only thing that is constant is change. He says that is the only predictable thing. Everything is always changing. So there is no point clinging to anything or feeling averse to anything. So just observing that everything arises, passes, and not getting attached to it. So to that end, let us start now with our asana practice. Let's start warming up our body a little bit. So we'll come into a standing position. Start with gentle neck rotations. So bring your chin down as you breathe out. As you breathe in, raising your head up, going in a half circle, coming down from the other side, completing the circle. So keep moving your neck, trying to draw a big circle with your nose. Continue for 3 rounds. And then we go in the reverse direction. Move your head at the same pace as you're breathing if possible. And see, even during these simple practices, if you can just hold the thought that the head is moving and I'm just allowing that. Instead of thinking like, oh, I have to move my head a certain way. Once you're done, come back to a neutral position. Now bringing your arms to the front. Whenever you're done, you can bring your fingers on the elbow, shoulders, and starting with the elbows together, you breathe in, open the elbows out, shoulder rotations, breathing out, bring them together. Moving with your breath. As the chest is opening, you breathe in. And as the chest is contracting, you breathe out. And now we go in the reverse direction. Observe what is happening in the shoulder joints with your breathing. Staying casual and easy with the body, with the breathing. And once you're done with this round, you can open your arms, release. Now bring your hands to the front again. Let's get some finger movements in. And making a loose fist, wrist rotations. The reverse direction. And keeping the hands on the waist, let's get some waist rotations, hip rotations. Moving your hips out in all the directions. Releasing any tightness, tension around the hips. And reverse direction. And relax. You just raise one knee gently, interlocking the fingers, pull the knee up towards the chest. Make your ankle movements here. Reverse. And move your toes a few times. And relax. Now the other leg. Lifting your knee, gently pulling it closer. And now move your ankle. And reverse. And move your toes a few times. And relax. Now interlock your fingers, flip them down. Breathing in, raise your arms up. Lengthening, let's get a full body stretch. Raising the heels. And stay there. See if your shoulders are relaxed. You're active in the fingers but not stiff. Stretching, tightening. Breathing through the belly. And slowly release the heels, release the arms. Come to the top of your mat. Let us do 2 rounds of Surya Namaskaras. The first round going a little slow. And now we'll keep our attention on observing the sensations in every posture. Wherever we feel strong sensations, especially in the first round, since we're just beginning with the practice, see if you can take your attention. Let's say in some stretch, you're feeling it more on the back of the thigh. Take your attention there. Just keeping your attention there with the attitude of it's okay, whatever it is, it will pass. Just stay with your relaxed breathing and just give all your attention there. See what changes you notice in the sensations. Because just by observing, staying with a relaxed mind and relaxed breathing, the strong sensations start dissolving. We start relaxing, letting go of any tightness and holding. So let's go a little slow through the first round. Standing in Samasthiti. Check for your balanced state of the posture. Your weight equally balanced on both the feet. Standing right in the center where you can feel weightless. Shoulders, chest open, palms facing the thighs. Standing tall with the spine lengthened. Belly breathing. Now take a breath in. As you breathe out, moving into pranayama asana, palms together. Breathing in, you raise your arms up, lengthen upward, and gently arch back. Now we'll stay here for a bit. Instead of a continuous flow, we're going to hold the postures for a while. So first check the posture, get into it as comfortably as you can. Allow the hips to come front. If you're comfortable, bend the knees, soften the knees as well. If it's too intense, you can straighten up a bit. Find a posture where you can stay for a while. Now check if you can breathe through your belly. I audible? One second. Okay, I think yeah, I got it. All right, let me start from here. So in your samasthiti, you come to pranayama asana as you breathe out. Breathing in, you raise your arms up, lengthen and stretch upward first, and then you can arch back. Arch back gently and find a position where you're comfortable. If you go all the way back, you may not be able to hold there for a while. So find, if it's too intense, you can straighten up a bit. In your posture, allow the hips to come forward. Keep your knees soft so they can bend slightly. Your chest and shoulders are open. So staying in a back bend at a comfortable position. You can either look to the front, look up to the ceiling, or drop your head all the way back. Whatever position is comfortable for the neck, depending on how strong you're feeling in the neck muscles. Now see if you can observe the discomfort in some part. The way the body and mind work, even the most comfortable position starts feeling uncomfortable after a while. See if you can just observe that. Feel expanded in the body. Take your attention to wherever you're feeling the discomfort. Stay with a relaxed mind, relaxed breathing. See if that helps. Stay in the posture as long as you can. But if the mind starts struggling, if the body feels it very intense, you can slowly straighten up. Otherwise, we'll just stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly straighten up. Take a moment in the center. Observe the body. And the next time you breathe out, you can come into a forward fold. Start leaning forward from the hips, the whole upper body coming together as far as you can. You can bend the knees in the beginning. Go all the way down, taking your palms towards the floor, your fingertips reaching the floor. So start with the knees bent. Allow that lower back to stretch as the belly rests on the thighs. You're allowing the lower back to stretch out. Drop your head loose and easy, looking towards the knees. And with your fingertips on the floor, if you're comfortable, straighten the knees. Now you're allowing the stretch to come on the back of the legs as well. So once you're in this posture again, just stay with your relaxed breathing, relaxed mind. Notice if there are any strong sensations anywhere in the body. Relaxed belly breathing. If you start feeling discomfort somewhere, take your attention to those muscles. Stay there, keep observing with your relaxed breathing. Keep noticing the sensations. You will see that the sensations also are not constant. They change with time. So we are practicing how to stay mentally calm through whatever is happening, knowing that that is also temporary, it will change. And with postures, anyway, we are only holding it for a short while. So unless there is a sharp pain or the body is struggling, just stay there, being okay with whatever is happening. And on the next inhalation, you'll slowly take the right leg back, going into Ashwasanchalanasana. This is a good posture to check your equanimity. Equanimity, I would say, is another name for that quality of Vairagya, being neutral. So first check your posture. Is your ankle in line with the knee? The back leg relaxed? Chest open? And stay there. If you're comfortable, you can even close your eyes. Observe. See where you're feeling the strong sensations. And if the whole body is feeling neutral here, you can take it a little deeper by allowing the hips to go down a little more. So you get a deeper stretch when you take the hips down on the front of this hip flexors, the front of the hip joint and on the left buttock. So see if you can take it deeper and then notice the stretches. Take your attention to wherever the sensations are strong. When I was new to the practice, I remember I felt a lot of weight in the palms, or it could be in the back leg. So see where you're feeling strong sensations. As if you're zooming into those muscles. Take all your attention there. And just stay with your relaxed breathing, observing neutrally, like it is happening to someone else's body. You observe for a few seconds, let go of that, and move to some other part of the body. This is the mind training to not pay too much attention, not give too much importance to sensations that are arising. Now slowly, you can move the hips a little behind, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and as you breathe out, step into your plank. Adjust your posture in your plank position, making sure your shoulders are right above the hips. Now this is a posture again where the whole body is active, so it can be quite intense even to hold for a short while. See if you can still stay with your relaxed breathing, a relaxed state of mind. Yes, there is work happening in the body, but can you be neutral to it? Hold for a little longer if you're comfortable. If it gets intense, you can place your knees down and still stay in the plank. It's an easier version of the plank. What is interesting is, even what we think is easy, after a minute, we'll start feeling difficult. So that is an example of how things are always changing. The pleasant has a tendency to move towards unpleasant. The unpleasant starts moving towards pleasant after a while. So it's always like a wave. Things are always going up and down, changing constantly. Now, if you are still in your plank, you can bring your knees down. And the next exhalation, we go into Ashtanga Namaskara, chest and chin down. If your belly is fully flat, you can lift the hips up, keep the belly off the mat. Try to find your comfort, find that neutrality even in your Ashtanga Namaskara. Allow the palms to feel relaxed, the chest, the knees, the toes. Even this posture can initially feel comfortable, and after a while, you'll start feeling it in the palms, in the shoulders. So just take your attention. Look at any strong sensations of discomfort as if it is just happening to somebody's body. Or just knowing that it is happening to the body. You are not suffering. It is just discomfort in the body. Now from there, you flatten the belly, stretch the toes out as you breathe in, coming into Bhujangasana. You can stretch the toes out. You don't need to lift too high from the floor. Just lengthen as if someone's pulling your head upward, forward. Trying to stay as light as you can. And you should be able to lift your arms, light on your arms. Belly breathing. Calm mind. Relaxed breathing. Being okay with whatever is happening right now. As time passes, notice the discomfort setting in and see how far you can be okay with that discomfort. Again, closely observing where the discomfort is. Give it all your attention for a few seconds. With a relaxed mind, relaxed breathing. And then move your attention to some other part of the body. Now tucking your toes. The next time you breathe out, we come up to a Parvatasana. Adjust the position of your feet, your arms. So find the stability by adjusting the posture first. Allow the hips to go up. Allow the chest to go inward. Chin slightly tucked in. Now see if there's any discomfort in the Parvatasana. See where you feel the stretch is most intense or where you're feeling the weight. It could be on the wrists where you're feeling the load. You might be feeling the stretch on the calves, the lower back. Try to relax the whole body. And whatever discomfort is still there, see if you can just observe it, stay with it. Calm and relaxed mind, relaxed breathing, belly breathing. And as you breathe in next, you'll bring the right foot forward between your palms. Coming back into Ashwatthanachalanasana. Check the position of your foot. If needed, you can use your palm to walk the foot forward so that the ankle is not behind the knee. And then time to check, observe, see where you're feeling the stretches. In the beginning, we took the right leg back, so the stretches were coming in different muscles. Now that the right leg is forward, see where you're feeling the stretches. Take your attention to any discomfort. Very neutrally observing that discomfort. Give it a few seconds and see what is happening in that area when you stay there. Now move to some other part of the body. Observe the sensations there. So by staying only for a few seconds and then moving away, again we are telling the mind that there's no need to dwell on anything for long. Staying here for a few more seconds. As the mind gets sharper and sharper, and the more you can relax into some amount of discomfort, you will actually start noticing the discomfort dissolving. And now gently tuck the toes, lift that knee, and as you breathe out, stepping the foot forward into a forward fold. You can again start with the bent knees, drop the head down, and slowly start straightening the legs if it's comfortable. Allowing the body to stay in the posture. Let go of any feeling that I am holding the posture, I am feeling the sensations, I am observing the sensations. Just feel that the body is in this posture. There is some stretches happening. There are strong sensations in the body. Trying to drop that I from whatever is happening. Again, try to observe the strong sensations. Stay neutral, stay relaxed with the breathing. And also stay active in the whole body. We are allowing gravity to work, but if you let go of the body limb, if you have to come up now, it will feel like a lot of effort. So be active in the whole body, even on all the muscles on the back, in the arms. And as you breathe in now, you can bring your hands next to the ears, raise the whole upper body. Feel free to keep the knees bent so you can come up with the back straight. Lengthen upward. And then gently arching back, extending backward. So you're not creating a compression. Check the lower back. No clenching. Lengthening. Keep your head wherever it's comfortable for you. Allow the hips to come forward. Knees can be soft. See if you can manage your belly breathing. And slowly straighten up as you breathe out, bringing your palms in front of the chest. Breathing in to Samasthiti. Now just take a few moments. Keep your feet relaxed, your arms open, relaxed. Close your eyes. Notice the sensations in the body. Now that we are relaxing, notice again if the mind wants to stay in this state for longer. Be neutral and just observe the body. Just looking at the sensations. No label of pleasant or unpleasant, nice or not nice. Just the fact that there are sensations running through the body. We usually do 2 half cycles of the Surya Namaskara. But as we were seeing now, even only in 1/2 cycle, we start with taking the right leg back, which means the stretches are coming in a different way. When we come forward, we bring the right leg forward, which is also getting you the same pose on the other side. So even with 1/2 cycle, You have got the stretches on both sides of the body. So we'll stop with the Surya Namaskara for now and come to a seated position. Just sitting cross-legged. We'll explore 2 stretches here, holding them for a little longer. Just holding for longer gives us an opportunity to see how we can be equanimous, develop that Vairagya bhava. So check your whole body once. And let's go into a side stretch. So bringing your hands by the side. So breathe in, lengthen your arms upward. Find that length in your spine. And as you breathe out, go down to the right side. Adjust the hand position. If you need to move it forward or back, find a position where it's comfortable. You can either look to the front or look down. We'll stay here for long, so we will not strain the neck by looking up. Either look to the front or down. With that position of the neck, you can close your eyes. Now observe the stretches again. Staying active in the whole body. See if there's any strong sensations. We will not even call it a stretch or compression or anything. Just see if there is strong sensations, which means is any part of your body calling out for your attention. And if it is, take your attention there. See if you need to adjust. For example, if it's in your shoulder and arm, see if you need to adjust the shoulder position, arm position a little, so that there's no strain there. And continue holding there. Notice if there are any other strong sensations. Mentally calm, relaxed in the breathing. Carefully observe the sensations, as if you're zooming into those muscles. And now move your attention to some other part. Maybe there's no discomfort in some other part. Maybe there's a pleasant sensation, like you can just feel the palm touching the mat. Give it all your attention there. Now let go of that. Move to some other part of the body. So you're neither staying with the strong, negative, unpleasant sensation, nor with anything positive. With the same attitude of neutrality, just move your attention to some other part. See if you're clenching any other muscles. Now, if your arm is feeling strained on top, allow the elbow to bend, let the hand hang loose. Observe some other part of the body. Even this discomfort in the upper shoulder and arm. Take your attention there again for a few seconds. Observe that discomfort closely. And move your attention maybe to the legs again. See if you're clenching any part of the legs. We're just going to hold here for a few more seconds. And now slowly pressing into that lower arm and palm. Gently come back up. Release the arm. Especially with the arm that was raised, there might be a little strain and tension. And releasing it, suddenly there is a relief. See if you can just breathe mentally easy. Stay neutral to that. Even that release in that arm, just look at it as sensations in the arm. Nothing more to it. We try to practice neutrality when, say, things are wrong or something is unpleasant. But it's as important to practice that when things feel pleasant, like when we come out of a posture. And now let's go to the other side. Raise the other arm up, lengthen your spine, active in the arm. As you breathe out, go down to the other side. Adjust your posture first. Keep your head where it's comfortable for you and stay there. You can close your eyes, notice the body sensations. So again, my guidelines for how long to hold are just a reference. You can stay with that or listening to your own body. We are trying to develop the Vairagya Bhava. We are using our posture practice as an opportunity for that. But we don't have to punish this body or struggle through it mentally. So when it feels very intense or difficult, feel free to come out of it. So for now, see if there's strong sensation somewhere. Fully alert mind, relaxed mind, take all your attention to those sensations. As if you have a microscope, you're zooming into those muscles. And when you stay there for a few seconds, notice what happens. Now let go of that area. See if there are strong sensations somewhere else. Do the same thing. With an alert yet relaxed mind, staying neutral, just observe, zooming into those muscles. Feel free to adjust your posture as needed. You can bend your elbow. If that still feels intense, you can even bring the arm back, but stay in that side stretch. Move your attention to some other part where there are no sensations right now, maybe. Even there, just zoom into the muscles, the tissues. Very neutrally observe and then move to some other part. We'll stay here for just a few more seconds. Check if you're clenching any muscles somewhere. See where it is most intense now. Take all your attention to that small area. Try to find the point of the discomfort. See what happens. And now slowly we'll come out of the pose. Remember, alert, neutral mind, relaxed mind. No craving for this feeling of release when you come out of the pose. Just that there are different types of sensations now. Stay with the physicality of the sensations. Most of the times, everything is acting at different layers, different parts of the mind. There is one part that cognizes, saying, okay, there is something happening in the body. Another part that tells you whether it is pleasant, unpleasant, good or bad. And another layer of the mind, which is then saying, oh, this is not good, so it should not be happening. So by observing neutrally, we are training the mind, that layer of the mind, which reacts by saying this should happen, this should not happen, this is pleasant or unpleasant. We are just trying to look at things as they are without coloring it with our opinion of it. Now you can gently bring your legs in a butterfly posture. Bringing the soles of the feet together. See if you're comfortable bringing it close, otherwise it can be even a little away from the body. Just make sure your back is straight. Your palms can be on the feet, on the calves, wherever it's comfortable. We'll go into a forward fold here. So sitting with the back straight, we'll start always with lengthening from the lower back into a forward fold. Otherwise, it's very easy to round the shoulders and go down this way. Instead, we lean forward with the upper body. And suppose this itself is intense for someone, you can sit with the back straight or just lean a little bit. Notice where the discomfort is and start staying there. Start with the observation. Otherwise, you can go as far as comfortable. Finding that appropriate edge, like they say in yin yoga, where you have to know how much you can push the body, where you can stay for a while. If it's too intense, you will not be able to stay for long practicing Vairagya. But if it's too light, again, the mind will wander off. So find that right balance. And when you're in the comfortable posture, and you can always adjust later. It's not like it's fixed that you can't change. Now time to close your eyes. Go back inward. Stay with that neutrality. See where the strong sensations are. If the whole body is feeling uniform, no intensity anywhere, that means you can go a little more into the posture. Allowing any holding to open up, releasing any tightness, tension. And go back to your practice of observing sensations. So find one area on the body where there are strong sensations right now. Take all your attention there with a relaxed and alert mind. Just observe the sensations for what they are. Sensations. No label, no identification with what is happening. You are simply the observer, observing what is happening. But don't stick with that one part, move to other parts. Maybe your forearm is not feeling any strong sensations, but take your attention there as well. Zoom into one part of your forearm. See if you can feel any sensations at all. If not anything, the coolness of the air on the skin or the touch of the mat. Carefully observe that also. And let go, move to something else in some other part of the body. Stay neutral as you move your attention. Slowly with practice, dissolving the discomfort. Coming back to that state of neutrality in the body. In between, you can check the whole body also and see if you're active in every part of the body. As if every part is ready to get up, move. And slowly coming back up. Straighten your back first. Take your time. Release the legs. Take a few moments. Again, neutrally observing how it feels, how the body feels, what sensations are arising when you come out of a posture. And slowly you can lie down on your back. We'll do the supine twist, where we open the arms out and drop the legs with the knees bent, drop them to one side. So lie down on your back, bend your knees, bring your knees to your chest. You can just roll on your back slightly, making sure there's no pinching of the skin, no compression of the back muscles. And coming back to the center, you can open your arms out at shoulder level, palms facing down. And as you breathe out, you can drop your legs to the left side. And turn your head to the right. Time to let go of the legs, let go of the body. If you want a deeper twist, you can place the left palm on the right knee and use it to hold the knees down. Otherwise, just let go wherever you are. Observe the whole body once. Check if you're clenching any muscles, relax them. And see if there's any strong sensations. Continue with that same practice of observing with a neutral state of mind. No labeling. Just seeing it as different sensations of different intensity. Even if there are no strong sensations, just take your attention randomly to different parts, observing closely. See if you notice anything, a tingling, itching, tightening, throbbing, any sensation at all. Take a few seconds there and then move to another part. So even in very simple asanas, we can still practice Vairagya by observing, not identifying, and dropping things suddenly and moving to another one. We let go of the urge coming from the mind to identify, to label things, to analyze as to why things are happening. All that we just let go during our practice. And now slowly we'll come out of the twist. Gently bringing your head, your legs back to the center. Take a few moments in the center. And when you feel ready, you can go into the twist on the opposite side. So dropping your legs to the other side. Use your palm to hold the knees down if you want. Turn your head in the other direction. And let go into the twist. Adjust your posture if needed. Check if you're clenching any muscles. And settling into the posture. You can start scanning the body for sensations. It's easier to start with the strong sensations first. And then move to some neutral area of the body or some area that is feeling more pleasant and nice. Try to observe that also neutrally. Don't stay with one part. Just move your attention after a few seconds. But if you start observing closely, you will find some form of sensation in every part of the body. You are also sharpening your mind by doing this practice. Even in parts where you thought there is nothing, just give it your attention, stay relaxed, and you will start noticing something there. And slowly you can come out of your twist. Gently releasing. Hug your knees once and you can again roll on your back side to side. And from there, just stretch your legs out, coming back to the center. Take your hands overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch. And relax your arms. Settle down into Shavasana. Adjusting your hands and legs. Keep your feet apart. Hands a little away from the body. Now take your attention to the toes, to the feet, the ankles. Move your attention up the calves and shins, the knees, the thighs, buttocks and hips. Now with the attention on the entire lower body, from the waist down, as you breathe out, just let go. Allow the feet to flop to the sides. Allow the legs to feel heavier on the mat. Move your attention to the lower back, middle back, upper back, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and palms, your fingers all the way to the fingertips. Now remaining aware of the entire central part of the body, the torso, the arms, shoulders. As you breathe out, let go of all these parts, allowing them to feel heavier, settling onto the mat, the floor. Move your attention to the neck, the back of the head, top of the head, and all the face muscles. Keeping your attention on the neck, head, and face As you breathe out, relax all the muscles, let go. Allow the head to feel heavier. Become aware of the whole body. Feel that you are releasing, relaxing the whole body. There is no need in the body to move. There's no holding. So the breathing is happening smooth and free in the most natural way. Observe that. There is no doing here with the breathing either. It's just happening. You are observing the body, observing the breathing, observe the state of your mind. Try to watch carefully and see when a thought arises. See when it passes and something else arises. Savasana is one of the few times where the body is still and stable, the breathing is stable, mental activity also is reduced, and you can actually dwell on the thought of who it is who is watching all this, watching the body, watching the breath, watching the mind. When you can watch something, you must be something more than that. So try to go back in and dwell on that part of you who is watching everything. Becoming aware that you are that watcher, the drishta, the feeling that when something happens with the body and mind, the feeling that this is happening to me, I, that starts reducing. You know, you are more than that. You can acknowledge that something is happening with the body, something is happening with the mind, but that is it. That I, who is observing, can be untouched by this, by what is happening. And that state of being, knowing that I, beyond the body, mind, is a space of contentment, security, freedom. We're trying to stay with that feeling of being the observer, the watcher of what is happening. Become aware of the body all the parts that are touching the mat. Try to remember the direction in which you're lying down in the room. And you can gently start moving the body, bringing some activeness back in the body. Move your fingers, toes, hands and legs. Feel free to make any movements. You can take your hands overhead, move your head side to side. You can bend your knees if you want to. Any movements. And then you can turn to your side and come up to a seated position. Take a few moments. You can lie down on your side for a bit. Slowly coming to a seated position, sitting comfortably. Sitting with the eyes closed. In the seated position, make any adjustments if you need to. And now we will continue into our meditation. Today's practice of Vipassana, we might take a small part of the body today and try to observe sensations part by part. We'll do it in a guided manner. So the same attitude that we had in our asana practice, one where we have a relaxed yet alert mind, sharply observing small areas of the body, trying to notice any sensations that arise and pass. This body is a living organism. So there is always movement happening. We may not be aware of it, but as we keep practicing, as the mind becomes sharper, even a small area of the body you go to, you will start noticing sensations. So today, let us start with attention on the toes. Take your attention to the toes on the right leg. See if you can feel any sensation in the toes. Maybe a tingling in the toes. Or if not anything, just the touch of the cloth or your leg against the toes. Take your attention there. And just observe the sensations for a few seconds. See what happens as you observe closely. Stay neutral. Now move your attention to the top of the foot, the right foot. Observe any sensations there. Alert mind. As if you're zooming into that area. Giving all your attention for a few seconds. See if you notice anything happening. Even if nothing is happening, it's okay. Keep your attention there. And now move to the sole of the right foot. Are you aware of the presence of the sole? What is it that is making you aware of the sole of the right foot? That is only through the sensations in the sole. So observe closely. Notice what happens as you keep observing continuously in that small area. And let go now. Move to the ankle. Continue the same practice. Now move to the calf muscles on the right leg. See if you can feel any sensations there. Very neutrally observing. No labeling of the sensation either. What kind of sensation, why it is happening. No, just observe it, knowing that it is a sensation from some activity happening in that area. Give it all your attention. You might see that the sensation is changing. And then let go. Now move your attention to the left shoulder. Scan the shoulder carefully. Continue with the same practice. Now move to the right shoulder. If you can't feel any subtle sensations, simply observe the cloth on your shoulder and see how that feels. Zoom into that sensation on the skin of the shoulder. Observe it. Stay alert yet relaxed. As we continue to sit, you might start noticing stronger sensations in the legs, like a numbness, a tingling. If that is there, with the same neutral attitude, take your attention to the legs. Go to one part and try to observe the sensations. It might be your legs, or if you want to take it to your back, any part of your body where you might be feeling something strongly. Staying neutral, seeing body sensations for what they are, without analyzing, labeling. We are developing that Vairagya bhava, and also seeing experientially that everything is changing all the time. So there's no point in clinging to pleasant or unpleasant things. No point in swinging towards craving for pleasant things, aversion towards unpleasant things. Developing that middle path of neutrality. Continue to move your attention now to any part of the body that you feel like. But remember, try not to stay with any sensation for more than a few seconds. Give it all your attention, stay relaxed and neutral. Drop it, move to another part. Nothing needs importance. pleasant or unpleasant, or neutral. As our identification with the sensations starts dropping, our suffering also stops. The whole point of developing Vairagya is to bring an end to the suffering. Pain can be inevitable when we are in this material world, but suffering comes from identification with that pain. The fact that we think that it is happening to me, I am going through this, I am being subjected to this. So developing our Vairagya helps us let go of that identification with what is happening. We still go about life, we still do everything we need to, we want to, but staying a little distanced, a little unattached to things. And we'll notice that our suffering reduces a lot. You can stop the practice of Vipassana. Feel free to gently move or change the posture if needed. Before we move to the last practice for today, Anuloma Viloma Pranayama, where we again try to come back to that feeling of the breathing is happening. When we are doing pranayama practices, many times the I comes strong, saying, I am breathing in deep, or I need to breathe longer. So we just allow the breathing to happen in the body. The only participation is with the fingers blocking the nostrils. So adjust your posture, prepare for the practice. Left hand in Chin Mudra, the right hand Vishnu Mudra or Nasika Mudra. The ring finger, thumb ready to block the nostrils. Keeping the back straight, the head straight, chin slightly tucked in. Just observe the whole body. Are you keeping it light and easy? Belly relaxed. And now you start with breathing in on the left, breathing out on the right, breathing in on the right, out on the left. You are just the observer. The breathing is happening as the body needs it. Just the nostrils are closed on one side. You are just observing what is happening when the breath is flowing only through one nostril. Relaxed body, relaxed mind, natural breathing. Remember, you are not the doer, you are just the one observing. neutrally observing whatever is happening. Light and easy in the body, relaxed mentally. See if the mind is wandering off. Gently bring it back to the practice. One last round. And when you exhale on the left, you can bring your hand down. Just stay still and silent for a minute, observing, accepting everything as it is with the body and the mind. Even if thoughts arise, just observe. Allow it. Remain the observer. It's time to end our practice now. So bring your palms together. Take a moment to feel grateful for everything in your life that has made it easy for you to come onto your mat today, to go inward. With a feeling of gratitude and love, let us chant the closing prayer, wishing well for all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Take a nice breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms. Take that energy to your eyes, to the whole body, or to any specific part that needs some love and energy today. And you can cup your face, blink your eyes open. Thank you very much. So, one last note is about Vairagya, practicing Vairagya even as we finish the session. I've seen that it's a great opportunity whenever something is happening or something bothers me, just to Not look at what it is that is causing it or what I'm feeling, but just look at it in terms of body sensations. Okay, I feel these sensations in my body. Observe them, move on to it. Just like what we did on the mat. Same thing, because many times it's the story which causes the pain and the suffering. But if we can look at it all in terms of these are the sensations, that is the reality for now. And I feel that is a great way to practice our Vairagya Bhava. Did the session make sense? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. See you soon. Yeah.